Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Entrepreneurial Web. We'll give him a minute. He's
I'm
on.
ready.
This is
I'm
donut
ready.
number 5. So, you partnered up with Indy and Larry. You and your wife. You opened Genuine Motorworks, and then
Primarily, the owner, as far as Genuine Motorworks goes, was Elisa.
Right.
Or it still is Elisa.
Right.
I felt there was no reason to be involved with it other than carry boxes or move stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the eye.
And to do
Look
it,
at me.
and to do what you're told.
Yeah, I like to do what I'm told most of the time.
And then what happened?
No, the store's still going. The bike shop's going.
What happened with Larry?
Oh, with Larry, yes.
Yeah,
well, no, Genuine Motorworks opened after Larry passed.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
man, come on. This
have
is
a moment of silence right now.
now.
What's up? I don't know whose ass was on this table. It wasn't mine.
It was mine.
Damn.
It'll taste familiar.
Yeah. Yeah. So back to Larry. So
Yeah.
when Larry was alive, everything was pretty good. It was like great on the road.
Mm-hmm.
An awful lot of characters would come around. There's a good amount of characters that are still alive that come around.
And he died in a bike accident.
He died. Yeah, he died down south. This lady, she was a real asshole. She put in that he'd be doing what would be labeled as stunts when she was told not to.
Mm-hmm.
So Larry being put on the spot by some kids, some people around a little vending table, that turned into Larry going out, going through a wall of flames, just doing some shit. But what people don't know is Larry was exhausted, dehydrated from a couple of days of filming. He had built a motorcycle called the Chain of Mystery, and it was all made out of linked chain from basically a hardware store, a box of chain. So the excitement, everything on that was crazy for the time. It's still super over the top, badass. But for the time, like him being alive, it was nuts. So him dehydrating, falling off the bike, doing maybe 15 miles an hour.
Right. And it was as a stunt he had done many times
He didn't even get up to do shit, like he had fallen, hit his head. I'm believe me, I'm sad, but on the flip side, having been around people that have died, it's in one way, it's the greatest thing because there wasn't months of suffering. Right. There wasn't that whole path of shit. Right. You know what I mean? So instead, it was just shit for everybody around, which is, those are the breaks, but for the person, great.
Yeah.
How I see it, of course.
You have a particular resilience, and it's always impressed me. And then, don't laugh. Come on, I'm spilling my heart to you. I'm basically like confessing my love to you, like on national broadcast, and you're laughing at me. It's all right. I'll get you later. You come to class tonight?
Yes, of course I am.
So you lose your basically your icon, your hood ornament, and then right. So I mean that was a long time ago. That was like 15 years ago.
That was a long time ago. That was 2004.
How do you keep it going?
There was a couple of guys, because yeah,
spend all your money on donuts.
Always a couple of guys.
You had just bought like your last 12-pack of donuts. You're like, fuck,
with a hole in it. And and guys have grown and gone on to basically work under their own name, not Larry's name. Mm-hmm. So originally, from the beginning, with Larry was to get his name in lights. Like he was kind of carny-ish, not like the full carny, but in that.
But he did like
spectrum.
Sideshows and
sure.
Coney Island and shit, walking on like
bed of nails, girls walking on them, stuff like that, right? Yeah. So that's all fun and good, right? But we bought a 6-foot sign that we had made from Paul Signs on 4th Avenue in Brooklyn that just said Indy and Larry in neon, which was great.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It was great. Still have it, it's in the showroom. It's all good. But that was the attitude that Elisa and I had right from the beginning was, okay, we can make money. Great. This will be a job. This will be a living, but we can also have a good time and not look at it as like, hey, fuck you. We're going to make money.
Right.
So like when he died, of course, everybody claimed I did. As years gone by, the one thing I know that people do not understand is you have to lay money out in order to make money, right? So there was a lot of moments with a lot of different people thinking that we had this money when it was like, no, we have a multifamily so that we can live and, keep making rolling the dice decisions,
right? Which is what it's
on stuff.
That's what it's always like, right?
That's what it's
constantly
like.
rolling the dice.
You're constantly rolling. Okay, this is going to be the one.
Fuck, I hope.
And then it's like, motherfucker, how did I just fall down another, X amount of dollars?
Boy, do I know.
So yeah, so like that was the thing, and it's still kind of like that. There's moments where we make money.
I don't think that shit ever goes away. Does it?
And I tell you, for $60,000 motorcycles, you're not getting your motorcycle overnight. Sometimes I say it's 6 months. Sometimes it's close to a year.
You can't put that on like Amazon Prime.
You can't get that. That is a non-Amazon Prime.
I really like it in turquoise. I'll pay more.
Yeah, there's been you'd be amazed at how many people come through and go, but you can do this, and I go, the team could do that, but no, we don't do that. I'll give you anybody's number you want, no problem, they'll do it. But I want it from here. I go, yes, and I'd like 8-hour massages on my body every other day, and I'm not going to get those.
If you sell enough bikes,
we would dilute it and we'd be in Walmart.
Right.
But Walmart had asked. That's another thing, and we opted to not.
Yeah.
And that was when he was alive.
Oh wow.
That happened when he died as well. And Elisa and me, like at the time, it was just the two of us. Our attitude was, we want longevity, not like the money overnight. Because I go, hey, well, if the deal was say it was $100, you have to pay. There's always a middle person. You may not even witness that middle person in front,
I know, right?
But that middle person will
when
appear.
Did this guy get to the party?
And that middle person will make or break that.
Why is there another hand touching me right now?
Exactly. Exactly.
I know you usually.
And they want the front thigh, not the back cheek. The motherfuckers. Yeah. So that being said, we just went for longevity and so like sometimes it's nickel dime, sometimes it's like, hey, how do you do to just stay afloat?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I happen to have a great landlord. She's
That's
she's
that helps
she
a lot.
Rules, man. She rules. I would do anything for her, like anything. But
she listening.
She listening. She want me to feed those fucking alley cats.
Give them some donuts.
Don't pick on my son and feed those cats.
Don't pick on. Is that the lady that was talking to me the day when I was fixing my machine?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
She's character all day.
Awesome.
She would be somebody great for you to have up here.
I was cornered. I didn't know what to do. And you and John took off, and she was asking me the craziest questions.
She was the first person to turn over Williamsburg, no matter what anybody says, in apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus she still owns the majority of a building that's right by the Williamsburg Bridge, and and she'll fight with every politician. She'll spend all her money to fight
politically with me. And I was like, I thought this was a Trump place.
Listen, come on, let's set it up. Oh, they go at it in the shop. They go at it. Yeah.
I tried to stay neutral. I was like, I'm just here to get some coffee.
I try to tell her, listen, I just like the excitement of people getting upset. I don't give a fuck who's winning, losing. I just like, you're going to cry. I want to see you cry a lot.
Elicit a response, right? Well, I mean, all of your posts. Let's talk about your social media for a little bit. Like, you post a lot of things that get ripped down from Instagram. Instagram is your main.
Listen, it's them
platform of contact.
They're insecure. It's not me.
Right. That's very clear. But you're not afraid to use nudity. You're not afraid to use.
But I have what God gave me.
Fire. Not.
What am I to do
your
with that?
Nudity.
Oh well.
The half-naked women getting tattooed, that's pretty hot, man. I gotta say.
They're not mine.
I know, but it's just, you put them up there.
I want you to see what you missed out.
But some, boy, do I. And then some political banter and just like funny stuff. You don't care. Nothing's off limits, but it garners attention, whether it's like people piss and they're like, hey, fuck you. I don't
touching kids. That's the only thing that's off limits.
Right.
You just don't do that.
That's just on Instagram, right?
In life, everything else is fucking green light. Everything. As it should be.
So I mentioned earlier, you got this remarkable resilience. To me, it's been a huge inspiration because you've gone through some other shit. Do you want to talk about the foundation for a minute before we go to break?
Hit me with what do you got?
Let's go.
Tell you.
Well, give us the backstory on it.
The backstory. So in 2004, we had a boy. His name was Aiden Jack. Let me see when he died. 7. So in first grade, he was trying to think if it was right in the beginning of first grade. Trouble with his eyes. The teacher was, Miss Lady, Miss W, and Miss Sheehan. They were great.
Yeah, no.
And they were just like,
had them too.
Right.
Yeah.
The characters, fucking characters. Of course they are.
Best.
And so they, would say, hey, there's something wrong with his eyes. Boom, fast forward, doctor, till we meet this guy who was very, very straight with us. And he said, hey, your kid's got a rare disease. He's going to die. It's just in a short amount of time. I said, I don't understand. How did my kid all of a sudden, look at him? He's cute. He's got these big, juicy blue eyes, crazy blonde hair. I think you're full of shit. I'm going to throw you out the window. And the guy goes, you can't do that. And I says, you're making me upset. And then fast forward to we're in Duke University, where this is where, like, you know, I'm willing to pick up the bags and carry them. And Elisa is willing to read everything that's been in the bags. You know what I mean? Like, she's headstrong like that. And so we went to Duke, which was great for almost the whole time. There's been, you know, I didn't understand the whole thing with fundraisers, because when people say, hey, buy this raffle for $20 or $100, I would just give the money and keep walking. But then when it flips to being for myself, I didn't understand that. I just thought, how is this? This is crazy. Like, what do I need money from anybody for? Well, you need money to pay your bills so they don't take you home, or you need money to get to and from, you know, just shit. Anyway, son, he gets sick, a rare disease called adrenoleukodystrophy. It's called ALD for short. And ate him up in 10 months. So in 10 months, it was basically lay in bed with him the majority of the time until he died, you know. And which, as sad as it is, right, it's like the most beautiful thing in the world, just because the kid was not a savior, but just amazing that out of all that shit, the kid did, like, what the mom's doing. The mom's the fucking beast, you know? And I mean that in a great way, because without her being the type of person she is, stubborn, thick-headed, like fucking ruthless, because she won't take no. And in the first year of him dying, Cuomo signed in Aiden's law into New York State, which added this to newborn screening in New York State. Now she lobbies relentless. And now she's got problems with the March of Dimes, who you think would want to help,
right?
Because they're all about families and babies. And as an outsider, because that's what I am, you know, my kid's already dead. You know, he's gone. So there's no like, you know, I'm a spectator. You know what I mean? My life is still blossoming in a big way. But there's so many other kids that it's not.
Right.
So many other parents that they're living the train wreck that,
right.
I was fortunate enough to realize and get off that and not make it my life spiral, you know? Anyway, in the long run, she's a beast. And so many kids' lives, so many kids are going to live past 7 or 10, or the brother that got tested at birth because he's in this one of the few states that test.
Right. Because
of that, that got the older brother to get tested. That's just shy of when it kicks in.
Yeah.
So then there's 2 kids that they'll live, they'll take medicine, they'll be able to go out and get laid, they'll be able to jerk each other off, they can do whatever the hell they want, but they'll live. And it's because the mom is a savage and she got down with making it happen for the better of the kid. It's just insane how it's gone. Yeah. Like a crazy roller coaster. All right. I got a pink donut. He's got a pink donut. We're going to take a little break. We'll elaborate on this a little bit more. This guy's amazing when we come back. You're listening to the Entrepreneurial Web. We'll be right back.